Hey everyone, it's me, Comet. As recording this, it is quarter after 2 in the morning, but this has to be addressed. Recently, the YouTuber Logan Paul, you might know him, uploaded. Well, sorry, it's completely unscripted, but this has to be talked about. Recently, he's currently in Japan, he's doing vlogs, and as anyone who follows Japanese culture knows, or knows anything about Japanese culture really, he's being, well, pretty damn disrespectful. And in his most recent vlog, it's gone to a whole new level. It's not just disrespectful on a cultural level, it's disrespectful on a level I didn't think was possible. Recently, he went and visited the forest known as Aokigahara, more commonly known as the Japanese suicide forest. It got its name due to the fact that, well, by its name, suicide is it's a popular spot for committing suicide. It's a sad thing, it's a terrible thing, but it happens. Logan Paul decided to go on a trip to Aokigahara. And on said trip, he came across the body of a man who had recently hung himself in the forest. Now, this wouldn't be too big a deal. It happens. You can't change the fact that it happens. The reason that this is such a big problem is because he not only did he record it, he walked up to the man to check if he was fake, which makes sense. It could have been some kind of sick joke, but it wasn't. And that's the problem. He didn't cut this from the video when he found out that it was real. He put the man in his thumbnail, a dead body hanging from a tree. He put it in the thumbnail of the video. It's you don't do those things, especially in a culture like Japan. The Japanese culture is very strict about these kind of things. I I don't know the specifics. I won't bother trying to tell you specifics because I don't know them for sure. I am not someone who follows Japanese culture closely. I do want to learn more about Japanese culture, but I don't know these things right now. So I'm not gonna say things that I don't know. All I'm gonna say is this. What he did was incredibly disrespectful, not just by Japanese standards, by a worldwide standard. You don't record a man who's hung himself on video. Do not put this on YouTube. And you sure as hell don't put it as the thumbnail of your video. It's a whole new level of fucked up. You don't do these things. I mean, Logan Paul, I'll say this. You're never gonna see this. I'm a YouTuber with just under 50 subs. You're never gonna see this. And honestly, I don't give a damn you don't see this. This is for the people who do see this. Oh god, I just lost my train of thought. Where was I? Give me a second. Yeah, here it was. Foreigners in Japan, they see foreigners as people who can't possibly understand their culture, people who can't possibly have the slightest idea of how their country works, what their culture is. And like Logan Paul, you've been going around basically making foreigners look like idiots who can't possibly understand the slightest thing about Japanese culture. You've been going around wearing kimonos, going in and like disrupting people in shrines. You got kicked out of a shrine because you were disrupting people. You don't do these things. It's messed up. And especially after that's done in the suicide forest, just I wouldn't be surprised if you got kicked out of Japan and got blacklisted. If you were never allowed back in Japan, I would not blame the Japanese government for doing that kind of thing. Because, I mean, Japan has very strict laws even on photos. If you want to like have the full story, I'd recommend checking out Gaijin Goomba's channel. He did a video on this. So did the Anime Man, so did Lost Pause. There's just everyone's talking about this right now, and I just want to get my 2 cents in. It's just, I mean, again, Logan Paul, you can mess with the YouTube algorithm all you want to get the views. You can make those little absolute shit diss tracks that everyone makes these days for reasons I don't even know. Because they're, I guess, a popular thing now. Honestly, I just think they're fucking retarded. And now, if you want, you can go ahead and make yourself look like a fucking idiot in Japan. But there's one thing you don't do. You do not make light of the dead, especially those that died to suicidal thoughts. It is... I just can't. It's... I'm sorry, I need a second. Logan Paul, listen, I'll say this, I know you're never going to see this, but I'll say this right now. Get the fuck out of Japan. You don't belong there. You are setting a bad example for basically every foreigner. He basically is the Japanese. Again, they don't trust foreigners. They don't believe foreigners can understand them. And you going in, messing with their culture, and then again pulling some of that shit like you did in Aokigahara. It's just, I know I sound like I'm a blubbering idiot right now. This is stressing me out a lot more than you'd probably think. I don't get stressed out. But this is a new level of fucked up that I haven't seen on YouTube in, well, ever. You know, I'm gonna cut the video here. I'm sorry. This is not what I wanted to have for my first video of 2018. I mean, at a time like this, when everyone's like thinking back on what they did in the year, all the things they did wrong, what they could have done better, he had to upload something like this. He actually took the video down because of the backlash he was getting, and surprise, surprise, YouTube isn't doing jack shit. Even, for example, PewDiePie, he makes a couple Nazi jokes and accidentally lets the N-word slip once in a stream. Oh, YouTube axes him. He dies. He almost gets dropped off the face of the earth by YouTube. He's still here. But for a time, he was in a fucked position. Logan Paul pulls something like this, gets a little slap on the... Yeah, no, he hasn't even gotten a slap on the wrist. He has taken nothing from this. He has not been punished in any way. Therefore, he's not going to learn anything from this experience. The only thing he's known is how to deal with backlash. And that's what he's fucking doing. He deleted the video so he doesn't get backlash. Not out of respect for the dead. Not out of respect for all the people who cried out against this and outrage. No, because he doesn't want to get backlash for all this shit. He doesn't want proof on his channel of the messed up shit that he did. I really didn't want to start 2018 with an angry rant against Logan Paul, a YouTuber that until this moment I really didn't give two fucks about. I heard of him. I knew him as the guy who made It's Every Day, bro. I'm not even sure if that was Logan Paul, not even Jake Paul. That tells you how much I give a damn about the Paul brothers. Just, I said I was gonna cut it like 2 minutes ago, but and now I'm actually gonna cut it here. It's just it's messed up, man. Logan, get the fuck out of Japan. So apparently, Logan Paul apologized. I'm just now finding this out. Just I decided to search some pictures to use for the thumbnail of this video, and apparently he'd I don't know. I guess apologized about the shit that he pulled in Suicide Force and Aokigahara. It's no. You don't just apologize for this. I don't give a fuck if you spend every day of your life making little vlogs post on YouTube so you make your money. You could go a single day without making a vlog. You'd still make millions of dollars a fucking month. I don't give a single flying fuck about you, Logan. Nobody does. I hope you know that. Not after the shit you pulled. You can't just say sorry about that. You're saying, oh, I do this every day of my life. I guess it's easy for me to get caught up in the moment and make a mistake. Yeah, no. As I said before, you don't make that fucking mistake. Here's what you do. You cut the video there. It's part of Japanese culture that they highly respect the dead. And the fact that you continued keeping the cameras rolling, even after that, even after seeing a man hanging from a tree by the neck in a noose, the fact you recorded it and didn't in any way cut the video is, again, a very special level of fucked up. I'm sorry if I'm sorry if I'm coming off hyper aggressive, but just this really pisses me off. You don't make light of suicide. Suicide's a big deal. While I am very lucky to say that I have not had anyone I know have suicidal thoughts that I know of, or commit suicide, which I'm very happy and lucky for, it's still something I would never take light of. If someone you know or someone you love has these thoughts or is contemplating it, don't just stand by and let it pass through. Don't just wait out like it's a phase. It's a very real threat. This is something you can't just let slip past you. It's important. These are the people you care about. It's the people that you know. You don't want them to disappear from your life just because you didn't act. So, I know that this was originally me bashing on, like, not bashing, just being downright pissed off at Logan Paul for this shit, but like, seriously, if somebody you know has depression or has had suicidal thoughts, don't stand by. Get them help. Or make them get help. Do whatever you can. Don't leave them. Again, I can't speak from personal experience with these kind of things, which I am very happy for. But if you or anyone you know has suicidal thoughts, make sure you get them or yourself help. Don't sit idly by and let it happen. And don't let it drive you to that point. I know this video has gone on for too long. I know it started out, again, as a hate video. As a video that was basically just how outraged I am at the fact that he pulled something like that. But I'm just, I'm gonna cut it here. I don't have anything else to say. I'm sorry this had to be my first video of 2018. I really am.